Hi, my name is Beer, and let's start with Darksiders 3.
Now, this is a hack-and-slash action-adventure where you will assume the role of Fury in the quest to hunt down and dispose of the 7 deadly sins. You must succeed where many have failed and kick some adversary ass. Here you are an angry lady with a whip, so this task for you will be a piece of cake. Well, actually no, the game is quite difficult but immensely fun. Here you will explore an open-ended living game world, in which you will move back and forth between environments to uncover secrets while advancing the story. People on Steam are saying that the gameplay mechanics, artistic style and story is great and engaging, but there is no map and fights can feel unfair and lack variety. Also keep in mind that the game is Souls-like, so prepare to die a bit more often than you would like to. Trailmakers. Here you will build a car, plane or boat, or mash them all together as a transforming car, plane, boat and explore the world. You can play the campaign, learn the basics of building and try piloting various vehicles. Go to one of the sandbox maps and build a mechanical potato you always dreamed of owning in real life. The game offers a variety of weapons you can use to build the biggest, baddest vehicle and utilize it against your foes or even friends in epic skirmishes, from miniguns to rocket launchers, bombs and smart guns. Your preferred choice of mayhem is waiting for you here. People are saying that the game is super fun and a bit addictive. Some of the players have hundreds of hours of playtime on record, so be aware that this game may keep your virginity safe and sound for a long time. Songs of Conquest. This game is as close to Heroes of Might and Magic 3 as it can get, but it doesn't have town screens. Instead of that, you will build your town like in casual strategy games, on the ground on the world tier. That kinda kills the mood, but everything else is by the book. It is a truly honest clone made in pixel art style, although even if you like the art style, like I do, sometimes you want to zoom in so you could look at the creatures and their features, but then you realize that you just zoomed in on a bunch of colored squares, and you can't even tell where the head or a butt is anymore, so no zooming here, adore the visuals from afar. And you have to admit, what a beautiful game this is. I seriously want to eat it, or at least put it as an ingredient into my potato salad. Music is also amazing, like a honey to our ears, and the campaign is wonderfully written. You really care about your heroes and the fate of this land. And when you finish everything, you can enjoy map editor and create more of this game for yourself, or just download tons of content created by way more talented people than you are. No offense, I do the same. Hell Let Loose. This is a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with epic battles consisting of 100 players, with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline, and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. People on Steam are saying that 80% of the time you will spend either dead, walking, or under artillery fire. You can spawn half of the time without getting insta-killed by bombs or accurate bullets, but the fact is that you don't mind. Those few moments when you kill somebody who has just spawned are precious, and you would not give them up for anything. And very positive reviews of this game ain't gonna let me lie to you. Only disadvantage here is the price. It's still quite high. Well, not as high as Snoop Dogg or Seth Rogen though. A Way Out. This is an exclusively co-op adventure where you play the role of one of 2 prisoners, making their daring escape from prison. You can do that by online co-op or by sitting near to your friend in split-screen mode, which is obviously the best choice. Each player controls one of the main characters to break out of prison and gain their freedom. The catch here is that the characters are not friends. They just happen to be in a bad place at the same time. There is no trust between them. Like there's no trust between you and your friend when you eat potato chips from a shared package, so escaping prison with a complete stranger isn't ideal circumstances, but as freedom gets closer and closer, you will have to learn to trust each other if you want to make it to the other side. You will sneak, fight, run, drive, and even go for a little fishing along the way. Also use teamwork to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles. And I should mention again that it is impossible to play it alone. There's no AI who can control the other character, so speak with your friend in advance before buying. Or, you know, use threats, lies and deceit to trick them, so your friends would have no way out, only to play the game with you. Good news is, you don't have to buy 2 copies, one is enough. Thymesia. This is a dark fantasy action RPG with fast-paced combat and an interesting plague weapon system. In a kingdom where death rules, you will play as a mysterious character known by the codename Corvus. And as always, you are the kingdom's final hope, blah blah, the fate of the land is resting in your hands, and so on. You know, also it's a short game. It is possible to beat it in 6 hours, but hey, let's be fair and square and triangle. It ain't gonna happen unless you are a god of gamepad. Also, if you like tea with Thymes, then you are strong and this game needs you. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. This is a real-time strategy game that follows the war between humanity and Legion's synthetic intelligent machine network. And Legion is another AI that emerged after Skynet was erased from existence. You know, the franchise needed an enemy, and to be honest, new enemy is always better than...
Somehow Palpatine returned.
So in the campaign you will take the role of a commander in the Founders, a force made up of the remnants of the US military. You will guide your army in an attempt to mess a little with the Legion's plan to exterminate the last remnants of humanity. So in this near future, both in game timeline and in our real world probably as well, you will have to show that evil ChatGPT who the real boss is. And in skirmish and multiplayer modes you can choose one of 3 very diverse factions: Founders, Movement and Legion itself. You will often use the battlefield to your advantage. Physics-based building demolition lets you generate a realistic set of tactical consequences, especially in urban areas. Your resources here are limited, so every obstacle can serve to your advantage. People who play the game are agreeing that this is a very focused RTS, with challenging tactical mechanics and great storyline. The downside is that Terminator Dark Fate Defiance punishes you for mistakes a bit too harshly, and it is quite buggy. But developers are constantly, at least when I wrote the short review, updating the game and fixing various stuff, so it will only get better. Crypt of the NecroDancer. Entertaining music, fast-paced gameplay and RPG elements makes this game really great. I have played countless hours of it and I enjoyed every single one of them. Just be sure that you are a calm person, because this game is hard. Not as hard as Diamonds or Tardigrades for example, but hard enough to make you rage quit a few times. But then you will come back, because Crypt of the NecroDancer is not about the destination, it's all about the journey, which will be very short for you. And the game has permadeath as well. I have died about 100 times by now and probably lost a bit of my brain cells in the process. Well, jokes aside, the best thing here is the music. The name of the game kinda suggests that this is a rhythm game, and that rhythm is amazing, especially when the merchant starts to sing. That is priceless. And the conclusion would be that Crypt of the NecroDancer is one of the most entertaining roguelite games I have ever played. You have my all recommendations. Foundation. This is a gridless medieval city-building game with a focus on organic development, monument construction and resource management. As a newly appointed ruler of the land, still untouched and full of potential, you are given the opportunity to create a prosperous medieval settlement as you envision it. You will be managing your resources and growing population while being challenged by narrative events, quests and missions from all across the kingdom. From very modest beginnings, build starting workplaces, extract and store resources, establish trade routes, erect majestic monuments, and a sprawling city may emerge in your newfound lands. But let's be honest, you'll probably fail and instead you'll create the ultimate world of doom, suffering, and despair. Those tiny artificial humans have no idea what grim fate awaits them with you behind the steering wheel of the kingdom. NieR Automata. This is an exceptionally good game and I can't ignore it. So the game tells the story of 3 androids and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful automatons. Here humanity has been driven from Earth by mechanical beings from another world. In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force of android soldiers to destroy the invaders, and you are in control of them. The combat here is beyond fluid. You can change between ranged and melee, perform high-speed battle actions and so on. Also, it has 26 endings. If you are into that stuff, you can replay the game almost indefinitely till you get them all. That's if you are some kind of a masochist. I don't judge. Airships, Conquer the Skies. More than 90% of positive reviews left by thousands of people got my attention. And that is great, because the game at first sight looks simple, and I usually ignore titles like that, not this time. Here you will need to use all your creativity and skill to design and build fearsome airships and land vehicles to give you the edge in massive aerial battles. So this is a steampunk real-time grand strategy wargame with air and naval combat. You will construct your vehicles by piecing together a vast array of modules, choosing weapons, armor types, structures, equipment and resources in near endless configurations to allow you to prevail even against the strongest foes. So construct your flying mechanical potato and fight for the honor of glorious Coldberistan. Crusader Kings III. Let me start from the fact that you can play it for free this whole weekend, and a lot of people think that this is the best grand strategy game ever made, and it's really hard to argue with this. Here you will choose your noble house and lead your dynasty to greatness in a Middle Ages epic that spans generations. War is but one of many tools to establish your reign, as real strategy requires expert diplomatic skill, mastery of your realm and true cunning. Begin in medieval times and claim titles, lands and minions to secure a realm worthy of your royal blood. And if you die, that's okay. Your lineage continues with new playable heirs, either planned or not. Depends on your combined skill of bad diplomacy and casual diplomacy while you were alive. But be warned, the game is extremely complicated and it will take you many days to master. Although it has almost endless replayability, it may be the game you play for years and years. Also keep in mind that the prequel of the game, Crusader Kings II, is completely free on Steam and you can try it anytime you want. Deep Rock Galactic. This is a 1 to 4 players first-person shooter featuring badass space dwarfs and 100% destructible environments. Here you can play alone or work together with other players as a team to dig, explore and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. Pick some powerful guns like flamethrowers, Gatling guns, portable platform launchers, and show those puny aliens who's the boss. Dwarfs may be small, but they are really powerful. We in Lithuania have a saying,
Neugis or smugis.
Meaning not the size, but the punch is what really matters. And your punch is really, you know, probably weak in real world, but really impactful for the alien population in these dangerous caves. People on Steam are talking that there is no reason not to play this game, and I have to agree. Show those monsters the true meaning of extinction.
Rock and stone, baby.
Eastshade. Nothing shady about this game, in fact it's hard to find some darker corner here. You are a traveling painter exploring the island and capturing the world on your canvas. Talk to the inhabitants to learn about their lives, make friends and help those in need. Visit cities, scale summits, unearth mysteries and discover forgotten places. This is a peaceful open-world exploration adventure where you will compose paintings anywhere in the world. You will offer them to locals to unlock secrets and gain items. Also you will have to acquire crafting materials and schematics to surmount obstacles and solve quests. People on Steam are saying that this is one of the most beautiful games they have ever played, and most only wish that it was like at least 5 times longer. Serial Cleaner. Have you ever wanted to clean a crime scene? Yeah, I thought so, I'm not so eager as well. But this game lets us dive into this grim and, by the way, very well paid job. Maybe after playing you will reconsider your career choices. By the way, it's not some official job. Oh no, you work for the Mafia and clean crime scenes for them. See, I said that this job is well paid. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up and get out without leaving a trace of evidence for the police to find. The game features a funky 70s inspired soundtrack, real-world data to modify levels according to the current time of day in your whereabouts, full story campaign and even challenge modes. People on Steam are saying that this is simple and chill game with very unique style, although be prepared to rage a little when you will get caught right before finishing the mission. Becastled. When I played the game, I was really impressed by the graphics, mechanics and the lightness of gameplay in general. And I do not mean the storage space it takes, which is also ridiculous for a modern game. 1 GB of free cosmos and that's it. I literally didn't expect it to be so tiny.
That's what she said.
Yeah, this is a game that doesn't contain any additional stuff that distracts you from the gameplay itself. Many developers forget the main thing of gaming, keep it simple, keep it fun. And this is simple, nice and fun title. Enter the Gungeon. This is a bullet hell dungeon crawler following a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot, dodge roll and table flip their way by reaching the legendary treasure. The gun that can kill the past. Imagine if you had one. You could kill your stupid decision to become whatever you are right now and become a doctor of ding-dongs instead. Be famous, have many fans. It's not too late, you know, you can still change everything. Anyway, you'll select your hero or team up in co-op and battle your way to the bottom of the Gungeon, surviving a challenging and evolving series of levels filled with dangerously adorable bosses. The score is overwhelmingly positive, so you can't go wrong with this one. Destroy all humans. It's the 1950s and you, a decent hard-working alien, are here to destroy those disgusting filthy humans for your own personal gain, and just for pure fun in general. Of course, you will have an array of unearthly weapons and psychic abilities. I think you will enjoy an A-probe gun in particular, because who doesn't like... never mind. In this game you can also control a flying saucer.
Nice.
In general, this game is well written and fun and doesn't take itself too seriously. Also, there's an update on the graphics, so it's much prettier now. The only sad thing about this game that it takes only about 8 hours to beat. Second part of the game is also available, although it is a bit less loved by the fans. Yes, Your Grace. In this kingdom management RPG, petitioners will arrive in the throne room each turn to ask for your advice and assistance. You will have to decide whether to help them with their problems or to conserve resources for more important matters. Your supplies are limited and not everyone has the kingdom's best interest at heart. You will not be alone in this task. You will hire generals, witches and hunters to aid your kingdom, prepare for battles and make alliances by satisfying the needs of lords and other kings. People on Steam are saying that the game makes you feel like a real king, although it is a bit depressing. You know, many of your choices have grim consequences and you are personally responsible for all of that. GRIS. Here you will play as a young girl lost in her own world, dealing with a painful experience in her life. Probably someone put a slice of pineapple in her potato salad, and she can't recover after that.
Oh, the horror.
So as the story unfolds, you will grow emotionally and see the world in a different way, revealing new paths to explore using your new abilities. Here you won't encounter any enemies, there is no danger or death. And just look how beautiful this game is. The art style is absolutely stunning. People on Steam are saying that not only the art, but absolutely everything in this game is great. Music, gameplay, and even the story will leave you gobsmacked. And it's not so hard to believe in those words. Just look at it. There aren't many things that are as beautiful as this game.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.